Okay, I am very glad to welcome everyone for the today's session. So first of all, I would like to know how many of you all are coming for the first time. Those who have not participated for the yesterday, today newcomers, more, raise your hands. Oh, very good. It's a good new number of people. So anyone who knows that why did you come here, what is the thing we are going to do today? Any idea about the program, what we are going to do? Newcomers? And yes, meditate. Some more ideas from newcomers? Purpose of coming here? And from the children participate from the yesterday, can we say yesterday we meditated? Some more than many meditation? What was the key term we tried to understand yesterday? The key term, the basic thing, but we try to, yes? So what is it, yes? Controlling your mind. And what is the difference, what is the relationship between the meditation and mindfulness?
Keeping your mind in one place.
Yeah, that is also related to meditation, but when you extract only the mindfulness, it has a very sharp idea, very sharp concept. So anyone can see the difference between meditation and mindfulness? The difference between meditation and mindfulness?
Isn't it that mindfulness is focusing on what you can think of and what is around you and your surroundings, and meditation is trying to block them out and think about only one thing?
The mindfulness is to be aware of the present moment. Meditation may concern about the calming down of your mind, focusing into one thing, and keeping the mind control. That is, meditation is a fairly big subject. Within that, nowadays, try to define mindfulness within meditation. So of course we came here for meditation, but we try to get it sharper, get it more polished, and to focus more and more for the mindfulness rather than meditation. Anyone who participated yesterday can give another definition for mindfulness, adding to his idea, as you understand. What is the meaning of mindfulness? What is the definition of mindfulness? You are doubtful, or you are not forwarding, shy to forward yourself?
Focusing in the present moment and just not letting your mind be like a mad monkey, and just I'm not really sure how to describe it, but being focused on one subject, I think.
And if the subject is the mad monkey, what do you do?
Try to calm the mad monkey down.
No. You try to understand, monkey is monkey. Mad monkey is mad monkey. That is the difference between meditation and mindfulness. Mindfulness is always try to restrain, always try to calm down, always try to focus into one. But when we observe the mind, if we see our mind is like a mad monkey, yes, why not? You just be aware. And what is the difference between awareness on one particular subject and the awareness on the mad monkey? Any idea? So I am straining you, I am sharpening you, and I am tightening the nuts and bolts. My question is, when you are focusing the attention, maybe sitting and observing the in-breath and out-breath, while walking, you try to see the left leg and the right leg. Or when you are trying to sit, you see just the mad monkey. And awareness on the one object like in-breath and out-breath, and awareness on the mad monkey mind. And which one is more better? Which one is more efficient? Which one is more sporty? Observing one object or observing the mad monkey? Oh, my question is not clear. This is basically for the children came yesterday. Okay, we are going to go to that question later. She mentioned to be here and now and to be aware of one object. Not to let the mad monkey mind to come. Some other definition regarding mindfulness from the children came yesterday. Some other way of teaching the newcomers. Anyone who wish to share with the newcomers? Yes? Yeah. And that is been already expressed. You have to add more.
Being in the present moment, not being in the past or the future.
Yeah. So when you are expressing something, by defining the opposite of it, you are sharpening your idea. Being in the present moment means not in the past, not in the future. Whenever you are try to be mindful or try to meditate, but if the mind is thinking and worrying about the past, you verily know it is not mindful on the present moment. Or if it is future planning and going on, you know you are in the present moment. So present moment you can define by explaining it is not the past, not the future. That is the time-wise. And what is the mindfulness in the space-wise? Or instead of telling in the present moment, what other criterion, what other ways, what other things you can attribute to the definition of mindfulness? The other one is here. Not in the past and the future, but not back at home, or not at the school, nowhere, but here. So be here and now is one way of introducing mindfulness. So, and the Buddha, he says, take your body to represent here and now. I am here and now. So whenever you come to here and now, that is a very nice way of explaining mindfulness. And anyone can explain, whenever mind comes here and now, what do you feel? What is the experience? Yes? I didn't get you.
Focus.
So how do you verify whether it is focused or distracted? What do you experience? How do you feel? How do you verify it is focused? Can you verify it, or is it beyond your control?
I feel distracted.
Distracted?
Yeah. She feels distracted.
So my question is, he says that whenever you become here and now, you feel like focused. So how to verify it, how to experience it, how to explain it, that your focused nature, this is the kind of thing you have to ever test it again and again. Keep the mind when and where possible, here and now, and then see whether, how can I make sure, how can I verify that I am here and now, I am focused. So therefore, it's a lot of ways and means you have to try again and again and experience it. That experiencing is unique. So always new, always something new. So therefore, more and more you practice, the mind become more and more expand, mind become more and more fresh. So whenever you have any trouble in the mind, whenever you have any distraction or unsatisfactoriness or unhappy nature, just try to be here and now. Then you can see the unhappiness cannot live in the mind, but is called here and now. The unhappiness or dislike, nothing can live in the present moment. So therefore, when and where you train your mind to be present moment, and you are definitely subjected to disappointments, unhappy, undesirable situation, then see how much we can be here and now. So I am asking again the question, when you are focused, you know here and now. When you are unhappy, can you be aware that you are unhappy? Can you be mindful that you are unhappy? So these are the when you go back, always try, they are coming, unhappiness, undesirable situation, irritation. Whenever such a thing happens, that is also part and parcel of the monkey mind. So when that monkey mind happens, can be aware of it, can be mindful it. So these are the very interesting part in the mindfulness. So newcomers today, have you got basic idea about what is the mindfulness and what are we going to do today, or need more any explanation regarding the mindfulness? Any newcomer can give the idea? No. That means they are not satisfied. So we'll try that ringing bell and try to be mindful and see how much we can experiment with a strategy, with a kind of a technique. So I am going to ring a bell. So you are to listen to the sound. And it is slowly disappearing. When it is disappearing, try to listen to the last drop, the last end of the sound, and then we'll see how much we can make use this technique to be mindful. So maybe an idea to close your eyes. Just make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and I am going to give a music. It will not be very difficult, but it will not be a meditation as such. But I am trying to make a point for you to introduce mindfulness. So listen to the sound, and when it is tapering off, when it is reducing, try to keep it with the disappearing sound as long as possible. Okay. So, what is the experience when you are listening to the last or disappearing sound? Can someone try to share with us the experience of the tail end of the sound? Yes?
You probably feel like a calmness and relaxation, but you're trying to focus on this last drop of the sound, so a bit of focus feeling as well, if we put it that way.
Yeah, and then you now at that moment, at the last drop, you are focusing at what?
The sound and...
No, now sound gone.
Your mind, I think. No.
So if I say you are focusing at silence?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, we'll come. There's another person. Yeah. What is the end of the sound?
You're listening but you're not hearing anything?
So, you are hearing what?
Nothing.
That is called silence.
Yeah.
Now, the spiritual question is, what is the sound of silence?
It's disappearing. Yeah, it's disappearing.
Yeah, the sound is disappearing, but still you are listening. But you are not hearing. You are focused to listen, but not hear. So it is put it in the other way, you are listening to silence. Now, my question is, what is the sound of silence? I'll put it this way. When you go into the sound of silence, you feel lonely or alone?
I feel alone.
So, you know the meaning of the aloneness and loneliness? Can someone define the difference between loneliness and aloneness?
I guess alone means that you're the only person, but loneliness means that you're feeling like you are the only person there, even though you're not the only person there.
And loneliness, aloneness, you explain aloneness, and what is the definition of loneliness?
Well, loneliness is when you feel alone, but you're not really alone. There might be someone else in the room, but you still feel alone.
So, loneliness is a desperation. No one is happy with you, you are outcasted, and you are loneliness. But when you are alone, you are not desperate. You are very happy. You are very alert in the present moment. So therefore, if you do not know mindfulness, more and more you become old, you feel loneliness. Elderly people, always they feel lonely. But if you can understand the difference between aloneness and loneliness, if you are mindful, the aloneness is a bliss. You are here and now. So when you are listening to the sound of silence, you come to the aloneness. It's called very spiritual. It's called you are back at home. You are here and now. So therefore listening to sound of silence is the biggest music in the world. And then the Zen masters, they say, what is the sound of the one hand clap? You can understand? Two hand clap. And what is the sound of one hand clap? So this, to sound to happen, two has to come together. Imagine when someone is hitting you, or if someone is blaming you, if someone is finding fault with you, if you are not reacting, it's a one hand sound, one hand clap. But if you are going to react, both will come and ultimately sound happens, the clap happens. So therefore when someone is disturbing you, when someone is hurting you, when someone is irritating you, can you listen to the sound of one hand, clap of one hand, without reaction? So that is how the mindfulness is going to help you. In America, they have tried to explain this mindfulness into the younger children, and they have selected the grade 4. Grade 4 means at the age of 10, 11, and they have told in the classroom, when someone is irritating you, when someone is teasing you, when someone is disturbing you, if you get irritated, you are the loser. If you can be aware that he is irritating, but I am not reacting, I am mindful, you are the winner. Get the point? When someone is teasing, someone is irritating, someone is hurting you, if you get irritated, if you get disheartened, you are the loser. But your mindfulness must be not to react, not to assume, and just let any person do it. That then it becomes a clap of one hand. So they have taught it 2 years, twice a week, once in 2 weeks they have reminded the people, and at the end of the 2 weeks they have done a social survey and asked the people about their understanding about this non-reaction. And there was one girl, she really got the point, and teachers also noticed, she is not irritated, she is not disturbed, other people irritating, but she knows how to maintain the mindfulness, or just listening to the clap of the one hand. And they have asked that girl, now you know the technique, if you wish to teach it to your peer group, what are the way, how you are going to communicate with them? But that girl has mentioned, it is nothing to teach, it is inherent. By teaching you can't change, some people are naturally undisturbed, other people are quite easily irritated, therefore hopeless teaching. And then the teachers claim, but we taught you. And then how can you say it is the instinct or nature coming with? And therefore after pressing again and again, that girl came out with an example. She has told, when someone is irritating me, I just look at his heart, or I just look at his mind, I can see a pool with lot of waves. His mind is disturbed. And when I look at my mind, I am not disturbed. My pool is very calm and quiet, so I might try best not to get that wave infested into me, so therefore I manage myself to keep the mind calm and quiet. So this is also a very good technique. You to understand, whenever someone is irritating, whenever someone is disturbing, don't react. Don't assume, just look at your mind If you get irritated, you are the loser. If you get disturbed, you are the loser. These are the ways you can make use the mindfulness. And this is also kind of a technique. Whenever someone is irritating, don't worry about the other person. Be mindful about your mind. So now we have taken already 25 minutes. Shall we going to sit now for a few minutes to test, or shall we have a first walking meditation and then come and sit? Because we have some other homework today. Yes? Okay. Now we are going to start mindful walking. Mindful walking, or walking meditation. Anyone can explain how to do walking meditation mindfully? Yes?
So you look at your feet and when you walk, for example, you go right, left, and yeah. So focusing on your feet.
Yeah. At the beginning she used the term, you look at the food, but later she told, focused at the food. Which one you prefer? Looking at or focusing at?
Mostly focusing.
Yeah, don't look at it, because then after a while your head become painful because it's too bent. So you are looking somewhere 2 meters ahead, and while walking, try to feel the sole, how it is touching the left leg and the right leg. I think it will not enough for the newcomers to start. So someone else can give more ideas to that walking meditation.
While you're doing walking meditation, you have to like ignore your surroundings and ignore if there's any distractions, and you have to also walk slowly, not at the regular pace you walk, if you're doing everyday stuff, like that as well. And you have to, I think, focus on your legs, because when you're doing sitting down meditation, I think you focus on your mind, but when you're doing walking meditation, you have to focus on your legs and your feet.
Yeah, so she wanted to explain, that's a comparison kind of, towards the end of the only she mentioned, when you are sitting, your atmosphere is fixed. When you are walking, maybe outdoor, and the surroundings are changing, but don't get distracted by them, and try to keep the mind within yourself, within your body. Or in sitting meditation, your attention is basically on the upper part of the body, breathing or whatever may be. And walking, it's a lower part of the body, and within the lower part of the body, it is naturally mentioned, just see the touching of your heels, sole or toes, whatever it may be. And see how many lefts and rights, or how many steps you can do continuously. More and more steps means more and more mindful. So therefore you must go to the normal walking pace and focus somewhere about 4 to 5 feet, and try to see how is the left leg, how is the right leg changing, and see how many steps you can continuously be mindful of. Some more? Some other hints or some other instructions for mindfulness? Sorry, walking, yes? Yeah. How many steps? Yeah. So when you are walking, you are not walking from here to the furthest end. You select about 30 steps and then you turn. Again come back to the original place and then turn. Again go to the other place. So 30 is average, maybe 45 or whatever may be. So yesterday we started from here to the other end. So likewise the walking path must be fixed one. It is not staggered like, it must be a flat area, straight area, if it is available, and walk up and down. Some other clues, some other points you think beneficial for the newcomers? The newcomers are confident now what to do in walking meditation, or need more instructions, more details?
demonstrate කරන්න.
පියාමාත්‍ය demonstrate කරයි. So he is suggesting we can use here, we can use outdoor, we can use there. First we are going to demonstrate little, just to
watch Uncle Sobita, how is.
And one other can come. කවුද ඉන්නේ කැමති? තව කවුරු හරි පොඩ්ඩක් එන්න මේ පරණ කට්ටියකින්. කෙනෙක් යනවා. Yes. And but this is just to demonstrate. They are not very good people, don't worry. They are not very good walking meditators. Never mind. But for the newcomers, that will be a demonstration.
ලේඩි කෙනෙකුත් තවම හොඳයි.
කවුද එන්නකෝ අම්මා කෙනෙක්.
අම්මා කෙනෙකුත් එන්න.
ලංකා. එන්න. නිකන් බලන්න ඉන්න විතරක් දෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ. So this is only few minutes, and then we are going to take on time. And parents and the elderly people take care about the small groups. You can take it to the behind. You can take into the car park, and some of here. So please, you may demonstrate for the children the walking meditation. Yes. So in the walking meditation, eyes are open, normal walking. When you are sitting only, you keep eyes closed, so that when you are walking, as she mentioned, you can see outside, but you are not focusing at them. Your attention is to the leg or to the sole, and try to keep mindfulness as much as possible. How many steps you can keep track with.
Now, did you get it? So we can.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to have 20 minutes. Now it is 5:45. At 5 minutes after 6, we are coming back here. And then I am not going to talk. We are going to have 15 minutes sitting. Sit and try to see how do you feel when you are sitting. Or mindfully be aware, here, now I am. Okay? Thank you very much for listening.